Movies and the martial arts have always gone hand in hand. Some of our earliest cinematic memories include the kung fu movies of yesteryear, watching shirtless, headband-clad heroes throwing flying kicks around elaborate sets. Luckily for us, a generation raised on the Karate Kid, our nostalgia is being catered to. Thanks to the recent rise of TV's popularity, we've been given dozens of great martial arts TV shows. Without further ado, here are the top 10 best live-action martial arts TV shows. Starting with number 10, we have Marco Polo. Most of you will recognize this name from the classic poolside game, but the history fanatics among you will know the story of explorer Marco Polo and his journeys across the Silk Route. The TV show follows our hero Marco Polo through a retelling of his real-life journey, letting us viewers in on the drama, love, and loss along the way. This show successfully transforms a name from history into a hero whose suaveness forces you to side with him. Although this show has received criticism for its later seasons, the massive battle sequences and fight choreography make it a fan favorite for fans of the martial arts genre. Secondly, at number 9, we have Word of Honor. For those of you who don't mind subtitles, Word of Honor is a must-watch. Coming straight out of China, unlike most of the other entries on this list, Word of Honor offers an epic period piece that stays true to the cultures and traditions of Kung Fu. Following the story of a reluctant villain looking to undo his wrongs, Word of Honor is a grand story of revenge, redemption, treasure hunting, and, well, honor, of course. Word of Honor is a unique submission on this list, as it displays a deep insight into the true nature of the martial arts world. You see this show's dedication to history through costume design alone. Next, at number 8, we have Daredevil. If you've ever felt like the MCU was lacking a karate chop or two, then Daredevil is for you. There's nothing like a tragic hero. We often see heroes like Superman and Captain America as shining examples for their country. They personify justice and everything good. But there's one thing they often lack: humanity. That's not the case in Daredevil. Blind since childhood, Matt Murdock leads a double life: successful lawyer by day and crime fighter by night. Rather than letting his weaknesses hinder him, he wields his condition to his advantage. We're shown someone flawed and relatable who, regardless of his shortcomings, overcomes strife. It is a great tale of perseverance that shows the value of making the most of your situation. Once more, the show is filled to the brim with intense fight scenes and unparalleled choreography. Next up at number 7 is Walker, Texas Ranger. Now for an older entry on our list. You've heard of him, you love him, and you better not get on his bad side. Chuck Norris has gained legendary status, with people all over the internet sharing tales of his superhuman strength and signature roundhouse kick. Before Chuck Norris was the internet's neighborhood badass and the center of early meme culture, he played All-American Ranger Cordell Walker. This TV show is a little older, so take it with a grain of salt. Its greatness lies in its over-the-top, ridiculous, so bad it's good style. There's a reason why Walker, Texas Ranger has maintained such praise over the decades. Unlike all the other sappy American television series of the early 90s. That reason is Chuck Norris. There is nothing more reassuring than knowing that no matter what happens, Chuck Norris, an absolute tank of a human, will soon swoop in and save the day. Coming in at number 6, we have Nikita. Are you tired of the hyper-masculine tropes of the martial arts genre and looking for a change? Well, we have the perfect recommendation for you: Nikita. Nikita is based on one of legendary director Luc Besson's early career films, La Femme Nikita. It follows the age-old narrative of someone taking to a life of action and violence, not out of choice, but out of sheer necessity. She's gotta do what she's gotta do, and we're so here for it. What we're given is a charming, stylistic show, and more importantly, the rare opportunity to follow a female lead in a martial arts context. context. The show conveys a thematic mix of anti-establishment struggle and a good old-fashioned revenge, and this concept rarely falls flat. Next, for the big Bruce Lee fan, at number 5, we have Legend of Bruce Lee. If you're watching this video, there is no way you haven't heard of Bruce Lee. Every kung fu head will appreciate this warm homage series to the martial arts genre's most prolific hero. This is another show from Bruce Lee's homeland, China. This show is an autobiography of Bruce Lee's amazing life, charting the journey and making up a real-life legend. If you want to see what conditions produced a person as prolific as Bruce Lee, check this show out. But we have to warn you, be prepared to cry. Following that, in position number 4, we have Warrior. As far as TV shows go, Warrior is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. We say that because this 2019 martial arts drama is based on an original concept idea left behind by the late, great Bruce Lee. Adding to the show's validity is the fact that it is produced by none other than Bruce Lee's daughter, Shannon Lee. Who would be more qualified than Bruce Lee's own daughter to stay true to his vision and legacy? Beyond the show possessing the genius of both Lees, Warrior delivers a captivating story, loosely based on reality. When we imagine a mafia movie, our mind will immediately think of something like the Italian-American Cosa Nostra or the Japanese Yakuza. Warrior offers insight into the lesser-known but largest organized crime syndicate in the world, the Chinese Tong. If you're interested in a taste of the type of content Bruce Lee would have produced had he not tragically passed away, then Warrior is a no-brainer for you. For your inner 80s kid, we have Cobra Kai at number 3. Cobra Kai is the Karate Kid spin-off we always needed. Whenever you engage with a dense cinematic universe, you can't help but wonder about all the other stories that world has to offer. We rarely get to see the individual stories of side characters. Sometimes those stories happen to be more interesting than the original plotline. Cobra Kai is the whole package. Not only does it fill in the blanks of one of cinema's most iconic universes, it also offers a great story of failure and redemption. Beyond that, it tackles the idea of human complexity, showing us that no one is incapable of change, and that the villain in one person's story may be the hero in someone else's. So if you've been looking for your Karate Kid fix and are interested to see how the lives of these beloved characters played out, check out Cobra Kai, and you will not be disappointed. And ultimately, at number 2 is Into the Badlands. Here is a fun one. Most martial arts movies we see are set in the distant past or in the present day, but rarely in the future, and never in a post-apocalyptic wasteland 500 years from now. Great television comes from new takes on familiar ideas, and Into the Badlands is a shining example of this. Having lost a vast part of human technologies, guns included, we see our characters navigating the seedy, dystopic underground through intense moments of close-quarters combat. From episode 1, we are transported to a bustling world that encaptures us with its cruelty and deep lore. Into the Badlands has action at every corner and proposes an idea of how society would continue in a dystopian setting. You do not want to miss out on this critically acclaimed synthesis of sci-fi and martial arts. Last, but certainly not least, we have Kung Fu, 1972, taking the number 1 spot. It only makes sense to top this list off with what is essentially the blueprint for martial arts television. Back in the 70s, television wasn't what it is today. TV didn't have the same prestige, and movies were king, which meant much less effort was put into production. TV was often considered an inferior form of entertainment with inferior actors. It wasn't until shows like The Sopranos and The Wire came out for television's potential as a medium to be seen. Kung Fu, however, was an outlier, delivering an iconic, serialized martial arts epic. Kung Fu is considered a pioneering moment in TV history. Many great names found their big break playing side characters in Kung Fu, from Jodie Foster to Harrison Ford. The producers clearly had an eye for talent, and the main cast is no exception to the rule. Courtesy of CW, the legendary TV show Kung Fu has found a foothold in the 21st century. Whether you're a veteran fan of the franchise or a newcomer to the series' 2021 Kung Fu reboot series, means there is still more Kung Fu kick-in action to indulge in once you've finished the OG. Kung Fu is a must-watch. You just have to get over the fact that the main Asian character is played by a white man. It was the 70s, after all. That's a wrap for this video. Who do you think would win in a classic karate showdown? Bruce Lee or Chuck Norris? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.